Okay, if we continue on with that, then we have cos 2 pi on 5 minus cos pi on 5 equals minus a half. Okay, so if we let alpha equal cos 2 pi on 5 and beta equals cos pi on 5, then you know alpha minus beta is minus a half. Now what you do is, if you look at the expansion that's above, you've got z minus 1, and then you've got the z4 plus z cubed plus z squared plus z plus 1. And you're running that against z minus 1, z squared minus 2 cos 4 pi on 5 z plus 1 times z minus 2 cos 2 pi on 5 z, and then it's plus 1. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a product with your alpha and your beta. So they cancel out, and these two things must match. See? They have to match. So if they're matching, that means that their coefficients will be the same. So if I target, like if I did this times this, that would be 4 cos 4 pi on 5 cos 2 pi on 5 when I multiply those two. And that would be a coefficient of z squared. So if you equate the coefficients of z squared on the left and the right hand side, then you get that, and you also get z squared times 1. So you get z squared times the 1, then you get this z squared times the 1, and you're just multiplying these two things. You get plus 1 plus 1, and that has to equal 1, which is the coefficient of z on the other side. So therefore cos 4 pi on 5 cos 2 pi on 5 will equal minus 1 on 4. So that's cos 4 pi on 5 cos 2 pi on 5 equals minus a quarter. So now looking at that there, this here has to be reduced. So that's cos pi minus pi on 5 cos 2 pi on 5. And because that is in quadrant 2, that will be minus cos pi on 5 cos 2 pi on 5, which equals minus a quarter. So what that means is that now you have cos pi on 5 cos 2 pi on 5 is 1/4. So we have alpha beta is 1/4. Now if you take these two equations, that one, and you solve them simultaneously, you'll end up with what you want. So you've got beta is 1/4 alpha, so that means that you have alpha minus 1/4 alpha is minus a half. So times by 4 alpha, you get 4 alpha squared minus 1 equals 2 alpha. Bring everything to the one side to get 4 alpha squared minus 2 alpha minus 1 equals 0. When you solve that, you get minus minus 2 plus or minus the square root of minus 2 squared minus 4 times minus 1 all over 2 times 4, which is 2 plus or minus root 20 on 8, which is 2 plus or minus root 4 times root 5 on 8, which is 2 plus or minus 2 root 5 on 8, which is 1 plus or minus root 5 on 4. So therefore cos pi on 5, and you've got cos 2 pi on 5. Cos pi on 5 will be 1 minus root 5 on 4, and cos 2 pi on 5 is 1 plus root 5 on 4. I actually think maybe your question had it the other way round, but this one would have to equal the smaller one.